I'm glad to hear, Minister, that you're advocating better working conditions and salaries for nurses and care workers, because that strikes a very different tone to the one that you struck in answer to my questioning just some months ago when I was raising concerns about proposed changes within Betsi Cadwaladr of nursing rotas in North Wales, which would have been, of course, to the detriment of the working conditions of nurses there. So are you now saying that you will be backing the nurses and the unions and not telling me that it's a matter for the board and not a matter for Welsh Government?
Well, I think it's some jump to link the challenges over nurse rotas, where actually I played a part in getting the employer and trade unions back in the room to discuss matters and to resolve them. And to link the position now with a question on paying our poorest paid. Some of our poorest paid workers are largely female workforce in domiciliary care and residential care. And I think that's just a leap too far. Because you know as well as I do that our ability to pay our staff properly does relate to the income that comes into our system. And I think it's pretty difficult to have a much more sustained increase in the pay for social care staff without having more income coming in to do so. And that's why it's a very real consideration for us to use the powers that this national parliament has, to use those in a way that would provide not just more money to go in generally into social care, but what that means for our staff as well. And as I say, we're on the point of having that national conversation when the coronavirus pandemic struck and all other forms of normal policy making had to take a back seat. So the answer I gave to Hugh Oranka-Davies remains, and my commitment through my whole entire political engagement remains to improve in turn the conditions for workers right across the economy.